All right, this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss Scottish castles, Scottish estates, Bilderbergers, Buckingham Palace, and Donald J. Trump and company. The enterprises of the United States of America Incorporated post-bankruptcies. Now, folks, there's an interesting part of the law. It's known as, let me see if I get this in here. It's called quieting title and receivers. Quieting title and receivers. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when the United States government has gone bankrupt several times, it is in debt for trillions upon trillions of shin plasters, fiat Federal Reserve notes. You have to have a bankruptcy trustee, a bankruptcy administrator who keeps the estate of the United States Government Incorporated District of Columbia in line. In other words, you got your masters, your bankruptcy trust masters. Now, folks, I don't want to pick too much on this subject because I'll lose you. But when you understand that the United States of America Incorporated has financiers, which are basically the royal families of the Netherlands, Holland, the people that occupy the community of the People's Republic of the United States, Incorporated. Let's not forget the People's Republic. We the people, the Republic of the Incorporated USA Corporation that's bankrupt. Many times it's gone down more than once. And right now, as old Donald J. Trump knows, it's in hock beyond belief. Now, folks, I want you to pay very close attention, and you can take some notes if you'd like. But Witham River, Witham Valley, Witham Abbeys, the Abbeys of Witham, and Witham Precipitory, the Anglo-Saxon Witham, and Colchester, England, the ancient tribes of Brittany, as it was known. You'll begin to understand the significance of Scottish estates, Rothschilds, and Trumps and Clintons, and Buckingham Palace. Now, when you take a look at the massive, gargantuan, staggering financial scandals in the securitized subprime mortgage casinos, the dark pools, you quickly begin to understand that the entire game is being financed with the People's Republic of the USA Incorporated, their very own Federal Reserve poker chips, the shin plaster, the fiat, what do they call that stuff there? Oh, legal tender, the legal tender of the realm. And you betcha, folks, one more time, Lincolnshire, the Witham River, the Witham Abbeys, the Witham Valley and the Witham Precipitory. This stuff is family history for me. And there's a few French Norman Jews, the current occupiers of Balmoral and Buckingham Palace, that are having shindigs there at Trump's Scottish estate with the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergers. That's for Charles Coppa, or Copa, however he pronounces his last name. And for my friends out there, Pam Ragland and Renee Powers and Valerie Lopez and Sherry and my good old pal there, my warm and fuzzy little friend, old William Wagner. How about that, Bill Wagner? That's just pretty interesting stuff, isn't it? Now for the what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas crowd, where you had that Royal Gangland machine gun shootout at the Mandalay Bay. You see, when you have royal warfare over who's going to control the realm, boy, things get hushed down pretty quick. When you pay close enough attention to what was and remains today to be the black operations financing in Harris County, Texas, there, around the Bush-Clinton CIA black operations of North Secord, Poindexter, Casey, McFarland, and the crew, you know, George Mishner, the Mossbachers, Roland Carnaby. They even had the Khashoggis and the Bin Ladens and the Gabanafars operating there with Charlie Wilson and Joanna Herring King. Right there in Houston, Texas. Isn't that amazing? Nelda Luce, Radabow Blair. She's one of Bush's pioneers, you know. But, folks, Judge Barb Allen Sadler and that gang with the Houston Chronicle and the former Houston Post, boy, they had some interesting articles in the old Houston Post about how Operation Lone Star, a flood of guns and blood, were operating from the Evergreen Airways terminal at the Houston Intercontinental Airport and over at the Gulf Manor Airport right next to the Ellington Air Force Base. That was the Bin Laden's operation, because you see, ladies and gentlemen, the fuel oil ministers of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Bin Laden fuel ministers, they provide huge amounts of fuel on credit to the United States of America Incorporated. This is why you had the Bin Ladens running the airport next to Ellington Air Force Base and swapping and trading huge amounts of weapons. They were walking and running and trafficking in arms all over the world with Hillary and Bill Clinton and George and Neil and Jebby and the Bush mob with Dick Cheney and let's see, what they call that firm there? Old Baker and Botts. And there's another one down there. It'll come to me here in a minute. The Vincent and Elkins, V&E. The old V&E crowd with, let's see, Speed Elder and United States District Judge Lee Rosenthal with Judge Lynn Hughes. The octopus. You see, Judge Hughes, we're talking about the octopus now. But, folks, I want to get back here just for a minute. The quieting of title and the receivers of the bankrupt United States of America Incorporated there in D.C. You've got a very interesting gang of Bilderbergers and those creepazoids that show up at the Bohemian Grove running the lawnmowers at the Scottish estate of Donald J. Trump. This is interesting stuff, isn't it? When you're supposed to be draining the swamp, Donnie. When you get right down to it, ladies and gentlemen, when you take a real long, hard, close look at what's going on in America today, when you really start beginning to examine it, you begin to understand that they've decided that you're just another brick in the wall. You're just another brick in the wall of their global machine, their globalist, Zionist machine, all being financed by the International Monetary Fund Incorporated and the World Bank Incorporated and the Bank of International Settlements Incorporated and the Federal Reserve member banks with Federal Depositors Insurance Corporation and all those incorporated ABC agencies, the incorporated ABC agencies of the United States government incorporated, which is being managed and operated by the bankruptcy trustees from Holland and the City of London, Balmoral and Buckingham Palace. Folks, the next time you see one of these distractions like QAnon, the distraction, QAnon, and you get mesmerized by Skanky Daniels there, sorry, Stormy, but I don't cotton to the way you roll. You're written about in the Holy Bible in a couple of places, Miss Daniels, and I'm not being distracted by the lady in the red dress. How about that, Neo? The Matrix. You were distracted by the lady in the red dress, weren't you, Neo? This is the games they play. Smoke and mirrors. Remember? Ronald Reagan said it best. Smoke and mirrors. And then, of course, you've got Oliver North and Secord and McFarland and, you know, that whole gang around Michael Atkinson and the secret black operations of Congressman Charlie Wilson and Joanna King with Secretary of Commerce Ron Brown, Vince Foster. Let's not leave Vince Foster out of this, or what was his name there? Webb. Gosh, can't think of his name there. Webster Hubble. There we go. Old Webster Hubble and Company, and the Wade Real Estate and Ozarks Realty and the Whitewater Castle Grande. You know, the dirt dealing scams, the real estate swindling and scams of the Clinton machine and their MENA drug operations and weapons trafficking from Fort Hood, Fort Smith, and Fort Sam Houston, and the Big Red One there at Killeen, Texas. And yes, that's my friend Kim. Kim is out there in Austin. She'll get the Big Red One immediately. You see, folks, the Southwest Depot. The Southwest Depot and the Buffalo Airways. Southwest Depot, CIA, Oliver North, Secord, Poindexter, North, and Casey. And the whole little gang from the Central Intelligence Agency, Incorporated. This is where Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton learned how to do the Bush Black Ops shuffle. And when you get down to the bottom of everything that I've discussed in this video, somebody's writing the checks somewhere, because none of this works. None of this works without the military, industrial, financial complex. You can look up the Bush-Clinton League and War Incorporated. The Bush-Clinton League, War Incorporated. It's an associated site with Operation Lone Star, a flood of guns and blood. You see, Christopher Ray, today's Mother's Day, and we're having a Mother's Day protest against the massive, gigantic looting of the United States and the theft of millions of homes. Millions of homes and robo-signed fake documents from the biggest banks in the country, who laundered all that dope money for the biggest international narcotics trafficking cabals in the history of the world. All the big banks. Zions Bank in Utah, Bank of America, WaMu, Citibank, Chase. I can name a bunch more, from Wells Fargo to, I don't know, pick any one. Pick any bank you want to pick. Western Bank Houston. Boy, there's a good one. And the Purple Capital Gang from Westgate Investments and RLG Holdings, Rita Lababetti Group of Monaco on the French Riviera. That's from my friend Pam Ragland and William Wagner. Old Bill Wagner. What a character old Wagner is, huh? But, all right, folks, I'm going to leave it right there because I'm starting to lose you. But you need to start taking a look into quieting title and the receivers of the bankrupted United States of America Incorporated, and how the Wall Street gangster banksters and the Federal Depositors Insurance Corporation and the privately owned and privately operated Federal Reserve member banks are financing this whole scam with, drumroll, shin plaster. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention to the man in the center ring, the ringmaster, and pay no attention to all the smoke and mirrors and the distractions that are being purposely, falsely planted in the media to keep you distracted. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, hasta la vista, God bless, and you betcha, we're definitely coming back. It's what Withams do.